family, especially Chris J.
By a considerable margin, and
It's like snowing pussy willows.
Okay, don't say that one more time. You sound really stupid.
Well, it is.
Oh my God, I think I got a pussy willow in my eye, I swear.
Get ready for some juicy Kardashian-Jenner drama that's taking the entertainment world by storm. You'll definitely want to buckle up for this one. Here's what's happening. Kris Jenner, the family matriarch, is finding herself in hot water with the IRS, and the situation is raising plenty of eyebrows. At the center of it all is her California community church, which has become the focus of some serious allegations. According to reports, the IRS is investigating Kris for potential tax evasion. But here's the twist. It's not just about her own finances. It could also involve the earnings of her famous children. The whole situation started catching attention when folks began taking a closer look at this church, which Kris founded back in 2009. Originally called the Life Change Church, it's guided by Pastor Brad Johnson, and if you're a devoted KUWTK fan, you might recall him as the one who officiated Khloé Kardashian and Lamar Odom's wedding. While the family has always been open about their religious connections, sharing prayers on their shows, and posting about faith on social media, there's something about this church that's catching more than a few eyes.
But I think the most important thing that I learned through my experience, both of my experiences, is that the kids come first. And I think if you keep that in the front of your mind and know that they are going to get you through.
Let me break down why this topic has set off such a buzz. First up, let's talk about tithing, a tradition in many churches where members contribute 10% of their income to support the institution.
Donation. I thought it was a trash. Don't be good. Put some money in there.
Now, here's the twist. Kris, as her children's manager, takes exactly 10% of their earnings.
What are you doing?
Quite the coincidence, right? Naturally, this detail has raised a few eyebrows.
Oh, hell no.
But wait, there's more. According to Radar Online, this church was involved in a tax scandal during its early days for failing to pay certain taxes. You might be wondering, aren't churches tax exempt?
Can I get an amen? Yes!
Well, yes and no. While churches don't have to pay federal, state, or local taxes, they are still required to handle payroll taxes for their staff.
you can't take away my dignity.
And it seems that's where things started to unravel. The shocker, membership in this church comes with a jaw-dropping fee, $11,000 a month.
But you know.
Nope.
Yep, you heard that right. 11 grand just to be part of the congregation. This isn't your typical Sunday donation, folks. It's more like a VIP experience in religion, sparking debates about whether this is about spirituality or something entirely different. And the drama doesn't stop there. The family's financial dealings don't exactly have a squeaky clean reputation. For instance, they've held charity auctions on eBay, with proceeds conveniently directed to this same church. Curious, isn't it?
I'm just like pushing my way through life by myself.
Interestingly, help them navigate certain tax obligations. And if you think that's surprising, just wait until you hear about the rest of the family's financial situation. Oh, that's just the beginning. There's so much more to share about Kim's finances, and it's getting quite interesting. First up, let's speak about how folks are really curious about Kim's billionaire status. Remember when Forbes called out Kylie for inflating the value of her Kylie Cosmetics? That was quite the moment. She really lost her billionaire status because of that. Now, folks are raising their eyebrows at Kim's finances as well, and honestly, there could be something interesting there. Last year, Kim found herself in a bit of a pickle with the SEC. It was quite the situation. She got into a bit of trouble for promoting a cryptocurrency called Ethereum Max without mentioning that it was a paid advertisement. That's a big no-no, everyone. She was involved in something known as a pump and dump scheme.
Yeah.
According to Kanye, and yes, I know we should take what he says with a grain of salt. Kim isn't quite as wealthy as she wants us to believe. It seems this is the reason he always kept his money separate from hers, even during their happy marriage. He sensed that something just didn't quite make sense. Let me share a fun story from Kim's past that not a lot of folks are aware of. Before she became famous, Kim was a closet assistant for singer Brandy, but this job turned into quite the drama because, get ready for this, Kim, along with Khloé and Rob, supposedly took took $120,000 from Brandy's mother's credit card. They really had a thoughtful approach to it. They held onto the credit card details and patiently waited years before deciding to use them. To keep things under wraps, they used the money at their own stores, Dash and Smooch, aiming to create the appearance of legitimate income. That was quite clever, wasn't it? Initially, Brandy's mom offered Kim a friendly opportunity to return the money without involving the law, but after a year of no payment from Kim, the situation took a serious turn. Brandy and Ray J were able to persuade their mom to take care of things privately, which is why it didn't go to court.
Where's my money? Where's my money?
But hold on, it gets even more exciting. Before Kim became famous, she was said to have a sugar daddy named Joe Lowe, an Asian businessman who's currently facing some serious trouble. We're chatting about international money laundering schemes. Kim reportedly traveled with him to casinos in Asia, and guess what? In 2009, she said she flew back to LA with a trash bag full of $250,000 in cash from a Las Vegas casino win. But guess what? That could have been linked to a big money laundering scheme. This Joe Lowe person, he's being sought by international authorities for supposedly orchestrating a plan to divert $4.5 billion from Malaysia's state-run economic development fund. The FBI looked into Kim's connection to all this, but they weren't able to find anything to hold against her. Let's talk about embracing life to the fullest. And if you think that's surprising, just wait until you hear about their current financial situation. Kim's got a $48 million mortgage on her $70 million mansion, and guess what? That's not even the wildest part. She can't even turn to her family for help since they're all facing their own financial struggles. We're discussing some impressive figures here. Kris Jenner has loans amounting to over $50 million. Kylie's taken out $7.5 million. And when you put it all together, the Kardashians are said to be $132 million in debt. It seems like Kanye is really focused on his new wife Bianca right now, and he might not be paying much attention to Kim's financial situation. His main focus is on their 4 kids. All this chatter about their financial troubles has social media really buzzing, and the comments I'm seeing are quite something. Some folks are really claiming that this family's wealth is all just smoke and mirrors. We're talking about tricks, schemes, and even faking documents to make it onto those fancy rich lists. Let's talk about what this means for their empire, as things are really heating up. The Kardashians are well known for their extravagant lifestyle, the private jets, the designer clothes, and the huge mansions. But what about now? It seems like things might not be going as planned. It seems like their TV show ratings have dipped a bit, their products aren't selling as quickly as they once did, and their social media engagement is looking a little different too. Let's just say it's not quite the same as it used to be. Do you recall when everyone was so into Kylie's lip kits? Those days seem like a distant memory now. The beauty industry is evolving, and younger influencers are stepping into the spotlight. Even Kim's Skims, while still doing well, isn't creating the kind of excitement it needs to keep up with their lifestyle. It's really fascinating to see how this is impacting their business partnerships. Brands are beginning to reconsider collaborating with them. What's the reason? Authenticity has become really important in social media.
We raised his price because I thought, well, he's just not charging enough. It's got to be something that they really want and they almost can't.
Retailers are noticing that their products are hanging out on shelves for a bit longer, and some are even finding a new home in discount bins. Oh no. The real scoop is about their business practices. Some former employees, who prefer to remain anonymous, have pointed out a trend of exaggerating numbers and creating deals that appear impressive on paper, but don't really generate the revenue they suggest. We're discussing signing contracts for large sums, but there are so many conditions and clauses that they often don't receive the full payment. Let's chat about their well-known social media presence. I've heard that they're losing their influence quicker than they can gain new followers. There are some buzzes going around about purchased engagement numbers. The new generation of social media users is moving away from the perfectly curated reality. They really value authenticity, and honestly, staging paparazzi photos and making up drama for headlines doesn't feel very genuine. It's really fascinating to see how this is impacting their connections with high-end brands. Luxury houses that once eagerly asked them to wear their clothes are now gently stepping back. What's the reason? Their ongoing issues with scandals and financial troubles are beginning to affect the reputation of these luxury brands. The truly surprising part? Some financial experts are suggesting that in the coming years, we could witness some significant bankruptcies in the family. Their lifestyle expenses are quite remarkable. We're looking at millions each month just for maintaining their properties, security teams, staff, and private jets. With their income streams drying up and debts piling higher.
Warming gift or a hostess gift one year about 1 million years ago in the 90s. You came over to one of my houses in Hidden Hills long ago.
Only you could
And-
say one of my houses.
Well, you know, like a house I had years ago before I moved.
Right.
And
Something's got to change, and I won't even begin to talk about their efforts to enter new markets. What about their cryptocurrency ventures? It didn't go as planned. What about their tech investments? Most have really dropped. It seems like everything they touch lately just doesn't shine like it used to. It looks like the Kardashian charm might be fading a bit, and quickly too. It's quite interesting how they're working hard to keep up this image of being billionaire business moguls, all while it seems they're hustling behind the scenes to secure loans and refinance their debts. It's like seeing a fancy house of cards beginning to sway, and everyone is just eager to find out which card will tip over first. So here's the deal. The Kardashians aren't just going through some financial bumps, they're also navigating a big image makeover challenge. How are their TV ratings doing? Going down. Their reality show on Hulu isn't quite hitting the numbers they were hoping for. It looks like their social media engagement is slipping even quicker than their stocks, and that's quite a statement. Industry experts are suggesting that this might be the start of what they're referring to as the Kardashian crash. It's not only about money, it's about being relevant. Gen Z seems to be moving away from their whole vibe now. They're pointing out all sorts of things, from Photoshop mishaps to how businesses operate, and once you lose the younger crowd, it's game over. Can you believe this? Their efforts to stay in the spotlight seem to be causing more trouble. Whenever they attempt to connect with normal people,
I think just taking some time for myself. I like to read a little bit or even just flip through a magazine. I enjoy, doing something that watching The Bachelorette or Dancing with the Stars, anything where you don't really have to think too hard, and I enjoy it. It's like my guilty pleasure.
things aren't going exactly as planned, are they? Remember Kim's infamous get up and work advice? Well, it seems that philosophy is being tested now, and the PR challenges are piling up. With financial scandals surfacing, it's like the curtain is being pulled back on what was once a shiny, untouchable empire. Their business ventures aren't immune either. Those playful brand partnerships they were known for, they're drying up. It's no shock, really. Most companies want to steer clear of any hint of financial drama. On top of that, a new generation of influencers is stealing the spotlight. They're fresh, relatable, and, let's face it, way more budget-friendly for collaborations. But here's the kicker. Despite the rocky times, the family doesn't seem to be cutting back. We're talking private jets, designer wardrobes, over-the-top parties, the works. It feels like they're doubling down on appearances even as the financial strain grows. And those mounting debts? Something's gotta give eventually. Could this be the end of the Kardashian reign as we know it? They've always been masters of reinvention, but this time feels different. The numbers don't lie, and the pressure is real. That's a wrap for now. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the juiciest celebrity updates.